Few people understand that there are some youth that are actually in their public schools trying to establish something good, call people to salah, get Jummah set up. But those youth, they don't even understand Islam as much as they need to. And there's no one around to teach them. And then you have people that have been given those resources and they've been put into an Islamic school for a long time. They're given this background education, but they've never seen the reality of what people go through, what's on the other side of life. Maybe they've been sheltered. And what ends up happening is they have those resources, but they don't know how to use it. One thing I love about YM is you will never find another place where you'll have the jocks with the nerds, with the valedictorians, with the swim team captain, with any of these people that when you're in school, they find these different cliques, but when they come together for one reason, Allah Azza wa Jal. And it's not just some after school club, because these guys might come from different towns, but they come to one masjid, and they don't even come to that masjid under the banner of this masjid youth group. They come under the banner of young Muslims, and they understand that we're coming here to do work, we're coming here to learn, we're coming here to soften our own hearts, to help ourselves, and get involved in our own communities. There aren't that many things out there that invest in leadership like that. There aren't that many things out there that give you a definition of Islam by equating Ramadan to All-Star Weekend in the NBA. There aren't that many definitions of Islam going around that you can have a 12-year-old break it down to a 16-year-old. A 21-year-old break it down to an 18-year-old when he gets his license, seeing why you should drive properly. Give you an example of doing that. An example of talking to your parents kindly instead of just telling them again and again from Jummah khutbah to Jummah khutbah, hey, you should treat your parents with respect. Let me give you an example of that. And that's something that YM provides that not many other places do. Not many people can claim that every single week, every single Friday night, whether I have something going on or my friend has something going on, someone's going to be coming to the masjid. Someone's going to be there to listen. Someone's going to be there to give a talk. Someone's going to be there to ball. There's going to be a bunch of youth there that you won't see their shoes in the shoe rack any other time of the year. You're coming to the masjid and you have people that are investing themselves, people that have learned Islam maybe a little bit, they're putting a little bit more time of their extra time into saying the right things and learning the right ilm, and they're presenting in a digestible way for our youth. See, what you don't see in any of these fundraisers for a higher roof or for some larger walls, a better paint job, or a better air conditioning system, what you don't see in those fundraisers is that even if you build the best place for the youth to be in, you can't make them be there. And even if you force them to be there and you get them for this Friday night program or the Saturday morning khatira after Fajr, even if you get them there, you can't force them to listen. And even if they hear the words, you can't say that they're going to implement it. But when they hear someone their age explaining to them how Islam truly saved them and impacted their life, pulled them on the brink of kufr, pulled them on the brink of impregnating someone, pulled them from the brink of just finding themselves shot up in some alley. You know, when you're talking to someone who shows you their tattoos and shows you that they were in this gang, this gang, this gang, and if I don't leave right now, I'm going to get killed, and they're Muslim, and you don't know how to help them, that's when you realize the work we're trying to do. And that's what you don't hear about on the Mimbar. That's what you don't hear about in those fundraisers. May Allah bless and reward these people that are doing that work, because that work is important. But what I've found is that there are a lot of people doing that work, and there are very few people doing this work. I feel like the generation before, they did their job. They came, they built a bunch of masjids, they're only trying to better them. But at this point, it's time for us to step up. At this point, it's time for this next generation to step up. And it's not going to happen just by putting the youth in the masjid. It's going to happen when someone's working on them. When they're working on themselves. When they feel to themselves that I came to the masjid this week and I feel like I got something. And I'm going to come back next week because that's where all the kids are going. Like, how many times have you ever heard in your life that I have a choice between going to a Friday night football game that was going to end in a party and just hang out with my friends at school, where there are people that are in the stands, they're either about to do something wrong or they're already drunk under the bleachers, versus, wait, I want to go to the masjid. That usually never enters most American youth mind, and I know even the parents and elders, they don't even think about such scenario, but that's what they face. How many times are you going to hear someone say, I would rather go to the masjid than go to that party? That's something fantastic I saw YM was able to create. And when they come together, They come for the sake of Allah, they leave for the sake of Allah, and they're lifelong friends for the sake of Allah. And alhamdulillah, I've been able to experience this. Many other people in YM being able to experience this, and I want more youth in America to experience this. I'm with YM, and YM is a generation to believe in.